Hello everyone, welcome back to the Aspergian Journal. What you have seen just now is the trailer that introduces the Aspergian Eagle. The Aspergian Eagle is the new mascot or logo for the Aspergian Journal and also the Aspergian brand overall. The icon of a flying eagle and that is not only simplistic and in its design and significance of how it flies in nature, but it's also symbolic and in its meaning of what certain characteristics and traits that it displays and how these can relate to individuals. Now, there are many characteristics that an eagle can display, and I feel that this can connect with autistic people and in terms of the potential they have of becoming the person they want to be, and whilst smashing those societal barriers and adversities that they have experienced in life and achieve greater success in their unique journeys of personal development. These characteristics can range from wisdom, intuition, leadership, freedom, strength, courage, hope, resilience, and vision. When I talk about these characteristics, autistic people, they do have this sixth sense, this gut feeling, intuition about when they realise what certain situations are about, and they're able to identify small details and that neurotypical people might not necessarily see straight away. Overcoming various adversities and barriers in life of an autistic person, and by overcoming those, they are building themselves up in strength and challenging parts of their autism that holds them back, but they know that they want to get better with things. That you have to have the courage and the hope and the resilience to be able to fight on, even though when it's stacked against you, as well as having the vision and the wisdom to see exactly what you want to do with your life and where you want to go in the future, and have the determination and the willingness and that to see it through. Leadership is something in that might be a bit of a double-edged sword for autistic people, but who says that autistic people cannot be leaders? I think sometimes we look at leadership in a different way to what it's really supposed to be. It's supposed to be about someone that has the humility, the empathy for others, knows exactly what they're talking about, as whilst having the willingness and that to learn new things and hear other points of views, and just be able to naturally lead people in a direction of where you want to go. I'm not saying that's always going to be the case for every single autistic person, but with the right development and that in themselves personally, and developing the skills and knowledge that they need and that to form great careers or build their business or whatever they want to do in life, anything can be achievable. And I do have the strongest belief that autistic people need to have more credit and that than what they get from society. Being in nature is one of the most profound remedies for one's health and well-being, which is one of the many aspects that the Aspergian Journal wants to be an advocate for, and putting autistic people at the centre of promoting mental harmony and physical wellness. Naturally, birds and that fly outside in the sky, so they are more connected with nature than what sometimes human beings are. And I really wanted to create a logo that really connects people with nature and with their health and well-being, but also something that represents something powerful in terms of capability and confidence, and that you'll be able to tackle any situation you have in life, and you overcome them and become a stronger person as a result. When you watch the trailer of the Aspergian Eagle, and there is a separate video where the trailer of it on its own, as well as a shorter version of it for you to watch in your own time. But when you watch it and you see the eagle gliding through different varieties of weather conditions, whilst oozing sheer confidence and always having those focus on the journey ahead and not looking back, that is really symbolic in a way of you never let anyone stop you from where you want to go in life. And in the case of an eagle, they don't let anything or anyone, even gravity, stop it in its tracks on the journey that it's on, and it keeps going regardless of what adversities and challenges or barriers and that it comes across on that journey. And that's the same philosophy that you can apply to autistic people as we try and grow ourselves as the unique individuals that we are and thrive towards achieving greater success. One of the many aspects of the Aspergian Journal is talking about various topics and that relatable to autism, and how do we become better people, and that by not allowing our anxiety, even though it's one of the many cornerstones of the autistic spectrum, but we don't let it stop us from building the lives that we want to live. A lot of the behaviours that autistic people have, and that is anxiety driven. And if we challenge our anxiety and many other aspects of our autism that holds us back, we can become better people for it. And you'll surprise yourself on how much development you can make in a short and medium space of time. And it's that emphasis of the brand that I feel that its connection with how an eagle just flies in the sky without a care in the world and has that determination and vision of the journey that it's going on, and it doesn't let anything stop it in its tracks. That is quite a powerful message in its significance, and I feel that it does connect us emotionally with our own journeys of development as autistic people, and I feel, and I'd like to think that it provides something that people can emotionally connect to as we develop the channel and the Substack newsletter, and hopefully build it even beyond that. this is the first stepping block of the Aspergian Journal, and I think and for the Aspergian brand overall, and I think we can achieve greater things moving forward, and there's going to be plenty of more videos and newsletters to come out in the near future, and where we talk more about different topics of autism and many other things. So if you do want to join me on this journey and of exploring autism and in a positive way, and that challenges the conventions and that society puts on us and stops us from achieving, and actually propel ourselves forward and in the directions of where we want to go with positivity, encouragement, and having that empowering sense of self-belief in achieving what we want to achieve, then please do subscribe to this channel and also look at my newsletter on Substack and subscribe there as well, because the more and more people can be connected with this channel, and the more it can grow in its significance, and the bigger the community can become, which is supportive and collaborative in its nature. To give the Aspergian Journal a bit more context, and that for people to understand what it is about and what it's trying to achieve. Well, its mission statement, and I've mentioned this many times in other videos before, is autism advocacy through creative empowerment and inspiration. And we also have 4 core principles, and that for the channel itself and the Aspergian brand overall. Number 1, authenticity and compassion. Honouring the true, unfiltered voices of the autistic community. Expression is not measured by conformity, but by courage and kindness. Uplifting the positive autistic narratives with dignity, and acknowledging that every autistic person's story is unique. Number 2, community over comparison. Establishing a safe haven where neurodivergent minds thrive to get together in collaboration, not in isolation. Challenging the adverse and biased perceptions that society gives autistic people, and showcase the gifts and the attributes that autism brings to the world. Number 3, advocacy with integrity. Advocating boldly and unapologetically for autistic people, whilst maintaining empathy and recognising the benefits of other neurodiverse people. Change and wisdom is founded in truth, guided by care, and delivered through inspiration. Number 4, empowerment through creativity. Using one's experiences of living an autistic life to showcase the empowerment autistic people do possess when knowing how to use it productively. All content and platforms used pride on accessibility, upholding transparency, and exceeding expectations. I hope you have enjoyed this introduction to the Aspergian Eagle, and me explain more deeply about the Aspergian Journal's mission statement and the core principles that it stands by. If you want to learn more about autism and exploring the different ways of how we can develop ourselves as individuals, as well as establishing a supportive and collaborative autistic community together, please do subscribe to this channel, as well as my Substack, and look at the social media pages and out of the Aspergian Journal as well. As always, thank you.